Alright guys, Raider Nation, some of y'all were waiting for my thoughts on this hire, and finally the news has broke out the Raiders have hired Jack Del Rio as the head coach. I'm okay with this. My first choice was Todd Bowles, but it appeared the Raiders had their mindset already on two names. It was either Sperano or Del Rio. Once they chose to not interview Bowles, they realized, okay, they're gonna they have two guys in mind. They want a guy who wants to coach for the Raiders and so on. I mean, you're gonna want to do that. Yeah, it's the second time we hire a former Broncos defensive coordinator, but this one is a proven head coach. We know what he's done in Jacksonville, and I trust that he can get a better staff. I actually trust Del Rio a lot more than some of these other names. I know a hot coordinator name would be nice, but also an experienced head coach to me is better. Remember Del Rio's track record. He led Jacksonville to the playoffs multiple times. They were a competitive, respectable team, with the exception of his last year and I think his first year. No, Del Rio is a guy I can trust. This is a guy who wants to win, a guy that definitely has lots of connections with the Raiders, a lot of California ties, but it's credible on the field too, knowing what he's done. Obviously, he's going to have to assemble his own staff. He's going to have to hire a guy that can really work with Derek Carr. Yeah, obviously Olsen's got to go. We know that. So, where do you go from here? Well, obviously the offensive coordinator becomes the most important hire because that's who works with Derek Carr, who can develop and work with the guy, maybe take him to that next step. And then, of course, what does Reggie do in assembling the roster? I mean, there's some foundational pieces for the long term. We know Khalil Mack, Justin Ellis, guys like, of course, Carr and Gabe Jackson. They've all shown actually some progress. Even Latavius Murray, I've seen progress from him too for the future. Guys, there's a lot of positions they're going to need. Right now, I think we have the 4th overall pick. Obviously, I'll take a wide receiver like Amari Cooper or some pass rusher, and a defensive end would always help. So those are my top two positions as of right now. Trading down and all that scenarios would be nice, but an elite pass rusher or a top playmaking wide receiver would help, to say the least. I know I would definitely want one of those. But Del Rio, this is a hire that I am okay with. It may not have been my first choice, but this is a guy who's credible enough on defense to work things up. He would pretty much stay in the 4-3, knowing that Von Miller did fine with the Broncos and 4-3 at OLB. Now, Khalil Mack will stay at 4-3, and he's been living up to the hype. We finally got a linebacker, or a first-round pick that's actually done his job. I know the Raiders' record doesn't show for it, but at least the picks are looking good. So, you go on from here. I will make one last video talking about pretty much the state of the team and the state of the Raiders, as I always do at the end of the year. So until then, I got one more video to go, but this is a hire I like. I am approving of this. It's very rare that I've said that over the years. And all these coaching changes, I haven't really liked the guy, or I've been kind of meh. I mean, Dennis Allen, I was kind of meh on. I wasn't really in favor of that one all the way, but this one makes a lot of sense. You get a guy who knows what it's like to be a head coach. You got to give him control. Got to use your resources, and for the best. So, what you guys think? Do you like it? Dislike it? What do you think of the hire? And oh yeah, bye Broncos. We took your coordinator, and the Raiders were just waiting for the Broncos to lose. So, congrats on going on another Super Bowl-less season. Congratulations. We'll see y'all later.